Yo, what up? It's your boy Rob, coming back at you once again with another video. So before we get started with this video, make sure you smash that like button and make sure you drop a comment, tell your boy what's up, let me know what you think about the content. Also, make sure you hit that bell icon twice for notification, and look at that jar. That jar is getting filled up. Every time y'all hit that bell icon, that jar goes to the top. Help your boy make it to the top by February. And so let's get into this video. All right, now I'm real critical of AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She says a lot of stuff that's kind of not very smart, and she made a tweet that just kind of got under my skin. So let's talk about it. All right, you guys like my bright yellow sweatshirt? Don't matter if you do or don't, I like it in now. So what she says on this tweet is probably an unpopular take, but I think it's important the public knows what their public servants' financial income streams are, regardless of gender or party. We can note how scrutiny gets disproportionately wielded on women, but Wall Street ties are very reasonable to examine. And this person, Andrea Junker, says, these people who belittle Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez for being a former waitress are the same faulting Janet Yellen for earning $7.2 million. So how much exactly should women make? I've never really heard anybody really give a shit. As a matter of fact, I've heard most people think that women should make fair wages. And as far as this tweet goes, I don't even understand how that's a gender problem. I don't understand how what Ocasio-Cortez wrote has to do with women's rights issues. I don't get that. You know what I mean? Like, these are two completely unrelated tweets. But the reason I say that is to say this. When it comes to a politician's salary, or when it comes to how much money they make while they're in office, these people make tons of money. Tons of money. And most of the money that they make is based off of legislation that they get pushed in while they're in office. And then once they get out, then they benefit from the revenue streams that legislation helped the businesses, progress. Right? You have people who pass medical legislation, and then, we have a, situation where people are getting a lot of medical care. Those people are making billions of dollars. Insurance changes. People who are invested in the insurance business, billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So these people make tons of money, and most of the money that they make, most of these people are millionaires. Like, just take a look at Maxine Waters and her whole entire family making mad revenue streams. You know what I'm saying? And, nobody says anything about it. Now, I don't think transparency would help that. There needs to be anti-corruption committees. Transparency isn't going to do anything, because as long as you have a lawyer or an accountant who's clever, any of that stuff can be hidden. Any of it. All right? So now what I want to do is I want to show you a slideshow. And this slideshow is from GoBankingRates.com. And what it does is it goes over the millions of dollars that politicians have made from their political careers. All right. So it says how Obama, Biden, and other elected officials have made millions by being in office. And, these are the people, these are the people on the ground, the ones that believe, that can relate to you. They know exactly what you are going through. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says the current salary for the president of the United States is $400,000, while the vice president earns an annual salary of $230,700. So, according to Kevin Samuel standards, the president and vice president are high value men. I guess that is why they're all, married and all of that good stuff and wear the nice suits. You know what I mean? So now, here it says, although that's not chump change, some of the politicians who have held these esteemed positions have been able to parlay their time in the White House into millions through book deals, paid appearances, and consulting gigs. Now, we know the Biden family likes to consult and get paid very lucrative for it. Them high value men. You know what I'm saying? Them high value men, all right? Let's look at this slideshow. Joe Biden, number one, he's the first one. His net worth is $9 million. So this is a dude who knows exactly what you go through. He knows exactly what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm saying? His net worth is $9 million, according to Forbes. Joe Biden began his political career when he was elected into the Senate in 1972 at the age of 29, making him the youngest candidate ever elected senator, Forbes reported. He later served as Delaware's Attorney General and served as vice president with former President Barack Obama from 2009 to 2017. All right. Now it says here, keep reading to find out how he's made his millions. I'd rather not. I know he has. I want to find out about those off the book millions that Joe and Hunter Biden made. All right. According to Biden's tax returns, he earned $71,000 in royalties, an additional $9,500 for audiobooks rights after Random House published his first memoir, Promises to Keep, Forbes reported. And in the 23 months following the end of his term as vice president, Biden earned $1.8 million from book tour events. $1.8 million to travel free and talk about his boring ass book. Can you imagine? I mean, this dude is boring as hell. His nickname is Sleepy Joe. If he that boring talking, I'm just touching the book will probably knock you right out, like Novocaine. All right. Let's see what we got here next. Speaking fees, millions in speaking fees during that same time span. So this is all in the same time span. So this isn't as it goes. These numbers, memorize these numbers and then put them all together. You know what I'm saying? Add them all up. So separately, in addition, Biden earned $2.4 million in speaking fees, stemming from 19 separate engagements, Forbes reported. That amounts to an average fee of $126,000 per speech. And he's not even a good speaker. He's a horrible speaker. He never has his facts straight. He speaks slow. He's confused and he gets triggered when you upset him. And he gets paid $126,000. He gets a high value. And that high value. Ivy League professor. So he was an Ivy League professor. Now, you know he was putting people to sleep in the classroom. In 2017, Biden was named the Benjamin Franklin Presidential Practice Professor at the University of Pennsylvania, leading the Penn Biden Center for Diplomacy and Global Engagement. His turn as a professor at the Ivy League school earned him $775,000 in paycheck, Forbes reported. Just greasing it up. You know what I'm saying? Just dipping the bread in the gravy, you know what I'm saying? And eating the fat that's absorbed into the turkey. Just sopping it up. Just sopping all that money up. Look, George H.W. putting a check in his pocket right now in the picture. He happy, high value. Look at that pinstripe. You know what I'm saying? That high value pinstripe. You know what I'm saying? All right. So net worth, $25 million. And that's what they can track. George H.W. Bush served as the 41st President of the United States from 1989 to 1993. He previously served as Vice President with Ronald Reagan and also had served as Director of the CIA, Ambassador to the United Nations, Chairman of the Republican National Committee, U.S. Envoy to China, and U.S. Congressman. Bush died in November of 2018. Here are some ways he made big money thanks to his time in office. Again, right? Lucrative speaking engagements. Towards the end of his presidency, George Bush told Robert Draper, author of Dead Certain, that his father, George H.W., commanded more than $50,000 or $75,000 per speech. That's cheap. Biden and Obama was getting paid more than him for the speeches. Significant book royalties. Bush authored and co-authored a number of books over the years, including his autobiography, Looking Forward, A World Transformed, and All the Best. George Bush, My Life in Letters and Other Writings. Although the exact amount he earned from his book deals hasn't been released, Money reported that he received significant royalties. See, so they don't even publish any of this. So right here is a perfect example, all right? The exact amount hasn't been released. So if they don't have to release the exact amount, then that right there kind of debunks what Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says, because making it public, making their incomes public, you can't trace what it all is anyway. So what does it even matter? You just need to go forward and be under the understanding that these people are greedy, they graft, and they're corrupt. You know what I'm saying? So George W. This is Little Bush. This is Mr. the Country of Africa. That's him right there. I value. Net worth $40 million. George W. Bush followed in his father's political footsteps, serving 2 terms as president from 2001 to 2009. He was president during the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attack, an event that challenged the nation and transformed Bush into a wartime president. Bush has doubled his fortune since leaving the White House. He entered it with $20 million in net worth, according to a report by American University. Here's how he grew that net worth. All right, check this out. They talk about him being a wartime president. Little known fact, September 11th, I believe it was 1996, George H.W. Bush gave the speech where he talked about the New World Order. Fast forward to September 11th, 2001, little George Bush said the same thing. And in that speech, they talked about the new world rising from the ashes. September 11th, 2001, 9/11 happened. There was ashes. Food for thought. Okay? Big money from speeches. 2015, Politico found that Bush was paid anywhere between $100,000 and $175,000 per speech, and it earned him tens of millions of dollars in just a few years after leaving political office. Millions from book deals. Bush has authored 3 books: Decision Points, A Portrait of My Father, and an art book, Portraits of Courage, a Chief and Commander's Chief Tribute to American Warriors. His deal for his first book alone was valued at $7 million, according to the Daily Beast. The book that people need to be concerned about when it comes to dealing with George Bush is My Pet Goat. If you don't know about My Pet Goat, do your research. Make sure you hit my About page. Make sure you hit up those donations if you're interested in seeing some content about My Pet Goat, because that actually ties into the 9/11 stuff I was talking about. But that's neither here nor there. Let's continue, right? Bill Clinton, that's your boy. That's your man right there, Bill Clinton, Mr. Saxophone, Monica Lewinsky. Bill Clinton. Blue dress Epstein Clinton. You know what I'm saying? Bill in the blue dress with the red shoes. That's him, right? Net worth, $80 million. Bill Clinton took office at the end of the Cold War, serving as the 42nd president of the U.S. from 1993 to 2001. He was the first baby boomer generation president. According to a report by American University, Clinton has done the most to monetize his political career. When he took office in 1993, his net worth was $1.2 million. Find out what he did to make all that money. Let's find out. Let's get into this. Millions from public speakers. So these people get paid millions of dollars to tell everybody what not to do. All of these people drove the country into depression, into wars, put a bunch of people in jail. And now that they're not doing this in office, they go spread this nonsense throughout the United States for more money than they were making when they were president. I don't get it. Don't make sense to me. According to CNN, Clinton, along with his wife, 2016 Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton, have earned an average of $210,795 per speech since they exited the White House in 2001. The couple gave 729 speeches from February 2001 until May 2015, which equals a payday of more than $153 million. That's a high value. I'm saying that's why that brother married. High value men up here doing their thing. A massive book advance. Clinton received a $15 million advance for his 2004 autobiography, My Life. The New York Times reported in total he's earned $29.6 million from his autobiography and his other book, Giving. All right. Advising and consulting work. There he is. He with his token. You know what I'm saying? He with his token homeboy right there. You know what I'm saying? Post-presidency, Clinton formed a partnership with billionaire investor Ronald Burkle. The New York Times reported that Clinton earned somewhere between $12.6 million and $15.3 million between 2002 and 2007 as an advisor. See, this is what they do. They get this money as an advisor for Burkle's Yakapa companies. He also worked as a consultant for the consumer database company InfoUSA, which has paid him $3.3 million over the years. All right. Gerald Ford, and he is now deceased, $7 million. Gerald Ford was the first vice president to take on the role of president after former President Richard Nixon resigned. He took the oath of office in August 1974. Though he won the Republican presidential nomination in 1976, he lost the election to Jimmy Carter. Even though he only served as president for 3 years, Ford was able to turn his time in the White House into millions. He entered the White House with a $1.4 million net worth and amassed an additional $5.6 million before he died, according to a reporter by American University. He was the first former president to monetize his time in office, according to the Washington Post. All right. And people get mad when people ask for donations on YouTube. You get mad at YouTubers or people on Periscope or people on Instagram or the people who actually create content. Y'all get upset with those people because they simply ask you to like, share, and subscribe to their channels and hit them up on Patreon and all this. But y'all elect these people in who are already millionaires and then double their money while they're in office and triple and quadruple it while they're out based on your tax dollars. Wake up. A pioneer of paid speeches. Before Ford, presidents lived simple lives and were not expected to make outside income aside from book royalties. Ford changed all that by getting paid to make speeches, appearing at conventions, meeting, even the openings of a shopping center. The Washington Post reported. Corporate board memberships. Ford accepted memberships on corporate boards of companies like 20th Century Fox and American Express after leaving office in 1977, according to the New York Times. So this guy is making massive amounts of money, or made massive amounts of money. I'm sorry. Al Gore, $300 million. I think he might have the most money on here so far. Al Gore was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives in 1976 and later became a member of the U.S. Senate. He then went on to be inaugurated as the 45th Vice President of the United States in 1993 and served 8 years. Currently, Gore is the chairman of Generation Investment Management, which he co-founded, and the founder and chair of the nonprofit Climate Reality Project. Pay attention to that climate stuff, all right? Trust me. Pay attention to the climate stuff. It's very important. Read on to find out how he made much of his money. Green investments earn him serious green. Now, see, this is important. This is exactly what I'm saying about the climate stuff. Go check out the Green Party. Go check out the Green New Deal. Check out anything that has to do with climate and where it all came from. And you can do that by checking out some of my videos. So make sure you hit that bell icon twice so that you are subscribed and you can get up to date on what I'm talking about. So now here it says Gore co-founded the London-based investment firm Generation Investment Management to invest money in businesses that were environmentally responsible. The firm raised profits of almost $218 million between 2008 and 2011, which was split between 26 partners, Forbes reported. If it were an even split, Gore would have made over $8 million during those years. Gore has also invested $35 million into hedge funds and private partnerships, cashing in on cable networks. In 2013, Gore and his business partner, Joel Wyatt, sold their cable network, Current TV, to Al Jazeera. Gore made $70 million off of the deal, Forbes reported. Gore had been previously paying himself $1.2 million a year in salary and bonuses as the owner of the network. Wow. All right. High value. Numerous book deals. Although it hasn't been reported how much he's earned from his book deals, Gore has certainly added to his net worth with his book successes. He has written 3 New York Times bestsellers: An Inconvenient Truth, The Assault on Reason, and an inconvenient sequel, Truth to Power, and 3 other books. Gore has also been the subject of 2 documentary movies. Barack Obama, net worth $70 million. Barack Obama was elected the 44th U.S. president and served 2 terms beginning in 2009. He previously served on the Illinois State Senate and the U.S. Senate. Obama entered the White House with a $1.3 million net worth, and a report by American University speculates that he could earn as much as $242.5 million in post-White House income. And he just released a book. He was just on The Breakfast Club. Here's how he's already making millions. So remember, when Barack Obama was first elected, he was trying to show you how much in common he has with you. How much does he have in common with you if he's making this kind of money? That's my question for you. That's high value right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have nothing in common with that. You know what I mean? But apparently a bunch of people thought that they did, and that's why he was in office for so long. You know what I mean? So now here it says 6-figure fees for giving speeches. So there we go with the 6 figures, HV, high value. Obama is officially part of the elite club of former presidents who demand dizzyingly high speaking fees. Unreal. He agreed to give a speech at a conference run by the Wall Street trading and investment firm Cantor Fitzgerald in September 2017 for a whopping $400,000. Unreal. That's the most out of all of these people. That's the highest fee that I believe that I saw for giving speeches. What could possibly come out of this dude's mouth is worth $400,000? You know what I mean? And the thing that's crazy is he will get on the Breakfast Club and tell you how much money you should have and what you should and shouldn't complain about, while this dude is demanding $400 for his hot breath. Unreal. CNBC reported the fee is equivalent to an annual salary paid to the commander-in-chief. Yeah, that's a fact. Multi-million-dollar book deals. A little more than a month out of office, news broke that Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama had signed a book deal with Penguin Random House that likely stretched well into 8 figures. Good Lord. The New York Times reported the money on top of what he's already earned from his previous books. Forbes established that he earned $6.8 million from Dreams from My Father and $8.8 million from Audacity of Hope and Of Thee I Sing, a letter to my daughters, between 2005 and 2016. All right, unreal, man. He had a Netflix deal apparently. 2018, the Obamas signed a multi-year production deal with Netflix to produce series and movies for the streaming service. Variety reported, it's unknown. See, again, it's unknown how much the Obamas made from the deal. Yet you got this idiot right here, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who says, probably unpopular, but I think it's important the public knows what their public servants' financial income streams are. Well, how are we going to know if they don't disclose this shit? Shut up. You know what I'm saying? The streaming giant previously struck a deal with Shonda Rhimes, valued at $100 million, and a deal with Ryan Murphy, valued at as much as 300 million. So much money they can't even keep track of it. Ronald Reagan, and he's deceased. His net worth is 13 million. Originally an actor, Ronald Reagan successfully made the transition to politician, and he went on to become the 40th president of the United States. He served 2 terms from 1981 to 1989. Reagan was already well off when he entered the White House with a net worth of $10.6 million before starting his first term, according to a report by the American University. See how he grew his income outside of the office. $1 million speeches. In 1989, Ronald Reagan served as the main attraction at a Tokyo symposium sponsored by the Japanese media conglomerate Bushenki Communications Group. His fee for a pair of speeches reportedly totaled $2 million. Good Lord, according to the New York Times. $1 million books. Reagan signed a reportedly $5 million deal in 1989 to write 2 books for Simon & Schuster, according to the Los Angeles Times. In addition to those 2 books, An American Life and Speaking My Mind, he also penned The Reagan Diaries, The Notes, Ronald Reagan's private collection of stories and wisdom, which were published by HarperCollins. All right? And that is the end. So, yeah, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, please stop tweeting nonsensical nonsense. All right? And with that being said, that is the end of this video. So help your boy fill this cup up. Please smash that bell icon, hit the like button, make sure that you comment something. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think that it would help? How would just closing the public salary help us when these people are making all of this money off of side hustles? Speaking of side hustles, make sure that you hit that about page. Check out your boy on all his other social media. And if you enjoy the platform and wish to see us grow, please look into our Patreon and other ways to donate that are on the About page. And I will catch you on the next video. All right? Peace.